we're back. This is Greg from Thick Fit with my superstar Gracie from Remnant Jewels. Today we're going to work on some corrective exercise strategies for your spine and your shoulders. The first thing I'm going to have her do is we're going to foam roll her back. So what she's going to do is come up on the roller. We're just going to go between her ribs, and she's going to cross her arms over like this to help pull those shoulder blades forward, so she can really get in there between the shoulder blades. And this is going to kind of feel like there's bubble wrap popping in there, which is a good thing, because again, what we're doing is just breaking up those adhesions that form over time after doing all of those repetitive skills that they love to do so much. And this actually feels really good. It's not as uncomfortable as when we did the IT bands or the quads. And again, she's going to do this for about 30 seconds to a minute. Feel good? Good. And then the next thing I'm going to have her do is we're going to roll her lower back. And what we're going to use is this really scary looking spiky ball, but it actually feels really, really good. And what we're going to do is just place it just above her hip, right on her lower back. And she's just going to put all of her body weight on it and just kind of squiggle back and forth. Just get a little bit of roll in there. And it's the exact same principle as the foam roller. It's just a little softer, and those little spikes are going to help, again, break up all those adhesions in the tissue, and it's really going to make your lower back feel much better. And if you notice with some of your gymnasts, how when they stand, their hips tilt forward really bad. Those spinal erectors are really tight. This is going to help loosen those up to help adjust that posture in their lower back. Feel good? Okay, good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit more targeted, and we're going to do a lacrosse ball between her shoulder blades. So what I'm going to have her do is she's just going to lay down on the lacrosse ball, and we're going to put the ball right between her shoulder blade and her spine. Go ahead and lay down. And we're going to have her raise her arms straight up in the air and just cross it over her opposite shoulder. Just to open up that shoulder blade so the ball can get in there and do some work. And then what I'm going to have her do is just tilt her lower back, which is going to help move the ball around. So just go ahead and arch and flatten your lower back. Ball moving. Good. And this is going to sting just a little bit. You can also use a tennis ball. She's been doing this for a while, so we're using a lacrosse ball. Tennis ball is going to have a little bit more give in it, so it's not going to be as uncomfortable or put as much pressure on there. But eventually you want to graduate to using the lacrosse ball. And then the next thing I'm going to have her do is just raise her arms straight up overhead. And she's going to raise and lower the arm. And just let the ball move up and down the line of that shoulder blade. And this, again, this is doing the exact same thing as the foam roller. It's just a lot more targeted. It's going to get all those adhesions out between the shoulder blade, which is going to help her range of motion. And again, we're going to do the same thing for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then we're going to switch sides and do the other side. Okay, that's good. Go ahead and relax. Last thing I'm going to have her do is we're just going to hold a hip bridge on the floor. And what this is doing is a couple of things. Number one, it's giving her a chance to stretch her hip flexors out. If her hip flexors are tight and her lower back is tight, that's basically pulling your hip way out of alignment and tilting it forward, causing what's called an anterior tilt. What we want to do is get that back to neutral. So by holding this, what we're doing is giving those hip flexors a chance to relax after we used the spiky ball to relax her spinal erectors. So this is really going to help her maintain that correct posture, which is obviously very important. So we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds, and then I'm just going to have her relax. And then next time we're going to work on some corrective strategies for the wrist, and we'll see you then.